the Faction 67 studio. We want to welcome Intent for taking the time out of their busy day to be with us today. Welcome.
Welcome.
Hey.
My name is Alex, and I play the elongated guitar.
Jimmy Nelson, 6-string man beast.
And I'm Garrett. Yeah, I play the congos and the bongos.
Jeremy, and I yell a lot, and I guess I kind of make noise with some strings or something. I don't really know.
On far for conforming ways, I remain my own. Born used to furnaces inside, my intention remains. Sing through to the very last corner, being broken by the butts of who I am. Rush born to the genius of my own. You first 33 blood red gully.
Maybe like what, 6 months, 7 months?
Yeah, about that.
Like, you know,
Yeah, like together.
Yeah.
Megadeth, we're big into Megadeth, Metallica, pretty much all the big Slayer, big time Slayer. Exodus.
Yeah, all those dudes.
All those big thrash dudes. Warbringer. We were just listening to Power Trip and SOD on the way here. So if that gives you any idea.
Vector.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vector's.
And definitely Metallica, Megadeth, and Slayer, that trio.
Yeah.
And
So definitely thrash metal.
yeah.
Thrash, yeah.
That's what
Not
you definitely
Anthrax,
say.
though. Anthrax,
Not
we
Anthrax?
don't speak about them.
No, why is that? No.
I don't know. Like, there's.
Among the Living's a good album, but then it's just kind of...
Yeah, we're just, I don't know, like, I like that first album, but I don't know. I don't know, they just never hit me right.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I like their music. I just don't think that's really our style of thrash. Really, we were more. We're just faster.
You're faster. Are you sure?
Playing more of the up-tempo stuff.
More.
Definitely like more angrier vocals and stuff too.
Yeah, a little bit more aggressive.
There's a lot of punk rock in it.
When we started this band and we were trying to figure like what we were kind of wanting to go for, it was like the old thrash bands. We'd listen to them and we were like, yeah, that's incredible. Like we liked everything about them.
Okay.
And then we'd listen to some of the newer thrash bands, and we were like, well, it's cool, but you know, it's not the same.
Right.
And part of it was definitely the vocals. Because definitely, like, a lot of people are doing, like, death metal vocals in the thrash now.
Yeah.
Or, like, when they do try to do something, like, old school style, it's like, they're just not really hitting it. They're not really using, like, a tone in their voice type of thing. Right. So definitely, like, the old school thrash, first and second wave, like, punk.
Okay.
Like, that type of stuff. And then, like, nowadays, I think, like, crossover thrash has, like, cool vocals like with their music, so definitely that too. Okay, definitely Slayer,
Tom Araya.
Tony Foresta with Iron Reagan, also in Municipal, but
I can hear Warbringer in your voice too.
really? Okay.
A little bit, like not super, but I can hear it.
A little bit of Chuck from Death.
Yeah, everyone says that. I don't really know.
Is that what you get the most?
Yeah, at least you and someone else said that too.
Yeah, it reminds me of Chuck from Death a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's like growling, but you can still understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Definitely definitely.
Not ripping
Like,
bands off.
definitely,
Yeah,
we were just like very disappointed with what Thrash had become,
Yeah.
and you know where it's going to. Like some of the bands that, like they're good and all, but you know it's just not the same. Like we just don't. There's a harder disconnect when you start throwing in extra variables and extra stuff. Like we wanted to try to just cut back to what they were doing back then, and just try to make like a bunch of really good songs. Like that's just it.
Right.
Definitely.
And I think crossover is a little bit more thrash than thrash.
Yes, definitely. That's definitely what it's become.
Yeah.
When was it, like December-ish? I don't even know.
It's like
This
they've been
was
playing
like
forever.
I think this was. It was more like January or February-ish.
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have some explaining to do.
You got some
So,
stuff.
we had been a band ever since like I had quit my last band in like 2015,
Okay.
and so we just kind of took a lot of time and wrote songs.
Wait,
And
when you say we, can you define that?
me,
It was me.
Garrett, and our other buddy, his name's Ricardo,
Ricardo.
and
The
he,
one I replaced.
yeah,
Okay.
so.
So,
And he was actually the singer, and so I was just like the lead guitarist, dude,
Okay.
like trying to write all the riffs and stuff. And
Okay. So you wrote all the riffs?
yeah, basically, like he would come up with a few like here and there,
Okay.
and like so we kind of stuck around as a band. We didn't do anything really.
Just rehearsed?
Yeah, practiced, wrote songs. Right now we have like
We have 5 right
five
now.
working on our 6th. It's super quick. It's
So it just,
Yeah.
it's so
On,
intense.
off, get to the bar, right?
It's a fucking on switch, man. It's just like off switch.
So Ricardo had to move away, and then that's when I found Jimmy, and Jimmy is here now, and then I took up the vocal plate,
Right.
and so that's why I have like a lot of guitar solos and stuff, and like that's why it seems like
Longer.
Jimmy doesn't have enough guitar solos yet,
Oh,
because
okay.
I was the
Okay.
one that was
He's
doing all the
originally-
guitar
like
solos.
before-
He's originally
yeah.
the lead.
Yeah, before Jimmy came, we had like for like 3 or 4 of our songs already like close to done with all the riffs and all that done.
Before Jimmy came.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
Jimmy came.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And you had everything done by the time Alex got there.
for the
Definitely.
most, yeah.
Okay, so
Actually did a couple shows
how-
without Alex because
Without-
we were
so-
having
Yeah, our
trouble
first
finding
two
bases.
shows it was just me, Jimmy, and Jeremy.
I think it was like 3
So-
shows.
Yeah,
It was like first 2 or 3.
Probably during.
This was when Ricardo was.
This was probably still in like. Oh heck, dude! I don't even know.
This was a while ago, but this had to have
Somewhere in that void where it was
been,
just us.
it was
three.
either.
It was in the fetal
Well-
stage.
I'm 20.
157.
Nice.
Baby. You know, the end of 2016 was when we really, you know, found Jimmy and we're busting our butts getting the songs ready for live. October,
This
right?
was it was in October. It was either in October or November.
It was October. I know it. It was.
Yeah, no, it was in October or no, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, that
September.
road bar
It's
one.
when you
Maybe
played with
September.
Barton's old
Yeah, it
band,
was
right?
Yeah.
Scottsdale Metal Fest is what it was called.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never actually tried to count them. Maybe at least one a month. So
It's been around like
5 or
it's been
6.
roughly like 7 or 8 shows roughly.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
7 or 8 shows now. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Only like 4 or
Yeah, it's
5.
roughly like 4 or 5.
a
yeah.
lot of them at Yucca.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot
It was
of
like the
shows.
Road
Okay.
Bar, Yucca. We played at Club Red.
Verde Lounge.
The Palo Verde, yeah.
And
the
more
Rat-
recently, the Rat's
Rat's
Ass.
Ass, yeah, Rat's
Yeah, the
Ass.
And we don't have to bleep that one out because that's a
Yeah.
proper noun.
Yeah. Well, for me, yeah. But I know, like when I'm up there on the drum kit, and every time I look up, it looks like all eyes are on us. if they weren't, if people weren't watching the bands before, they are now.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like at the very least. And then, the crowd seems to be really getting into it. They're staying to like listen to the whole thing.
You got people out there, just demanding more from the tent.
Remember, our trauma show, or the show we did for trauma, we were like, we finished our songs that we had, but our set list, but the set list was the only songs we had.
Yeah.
So then they're like, more, and we're like, nope, we're done. So
when we played Yucca Tap Room with Scattered Guts, I had a guy come up to me and tell me that he looked at our set list and he was like, 5 songs? And then we just blasted his face off and he was like, alright, I take that back.
Brought to you by Primavera. Located on Arizona Avenue.
Hey,
give me that check, baby.
So basically, because I've joined the band later on, they've already had the songs written, so they want more of a wider influence from every member. We want to start writing songs as a unit instead of having we want to basically have enough material to be able to cover like a headlining show in case that ever happens.
Right.
And in case a band drops, we can do something and not just stand there like, oh, well, we only have 5 songs.
Right. Yeah, of course.
So.
Well, I mean, usually a lot of times I just, I'll come up, like, I'll think about it in my head, and I don't know about it being necessarily a new song or nothing, but maybe to like add on to like one of our current songs. But I can, a lot of times when it comes to the drum parts, it's just basically me and Jeremy. It's basically just, me listening to the riffs going, all right, what can I do to make this sound as cool as possible,
Me and Jeremy's styles are pretty similar.
Okay.
We're both trying to get to the same goal.
Gotcha.
So we don't really have very much issues when it comes to writing. Anything I write can be tweaked, or anything somebody else writes, we don't like it, we do like
collaboration.
it. Yeah, we don't have trouble with the whole writing process. It's not very problematic.
Hopefully keep spreading like it's been, because it's been going like a wildfire where people are hearing our name and talking really well.
So how does that make you feel?
It's pretty good. I mean,
it's amazing.
It's also a great feeling seeing other local acts that really support us and are watching out for us. Well, I think that all the bands that are around in the AZ scene are all talented and are talented enough to, be on their own. But what really is awesome about the scene is that they're all watching out for each other. Is that they don't care about whether or not, like for example, like Scattered Guts. They've been around forever. They've toured. They've done everything that we're planning on doing. So they fully enforce that, that we do the same. It's not like there's no jealousy. There's no.
No egos.
Yeah, there's no egos. There's no screw that band. Blah, blah, blah. It's like good for them. It's like awesome. They worked hard. They paid off.
I feel it. I feel it's different now.
All the feedback we've been getting has just been phenomenal. People we don't even know wearing our shirts, and like Alex had said, with the other bands, other local bands supporting us and asking us to be at their shows, play at their shows.
Have you been going out to other guys' shows intentionally?
Yeah, as much as we can. I mean, we all work and everything.
Right,
So,
of course.
I mean, sometimes we just can't. But if we can, we all have the day off. Yeah, we try to make it out. Try to be
That's good.
supportive.
Usually like on our own throughout the week we'll just be practicing by ourselves, working on our instruments. But we'll spend like one day a week where we actually all come together, and we'll go either to his place to jam out, or we'll go to the studio and we'll just all practice. Well, basically what we like to do, we like to practice like the songs we already know, and that we plan on doing for our set list, and then we'll just after we get that and we get we're solid, like we're ready for the next show, we then actually start working on our newer material that we got and try to flesh it out.
Yeah, like really productive.
As if we were like legitimately playing a show how we would do it live.
Right.
And then we set we
And
do
how many
it.
times do you do that?
We'll usually do that twice.
I have to ask you
Yeah.
a personal question.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's gay.
Yeah, no, as a...
Oh man.
That's where the
Seriously,
sticks.
seriously.
Yeah. Love you too, man. Sometimes I do. It's not so much a click as it is like a programmed drum beat. So
So
technically,
you have something that's to time.
something to time, yeah. Or it'll be like with a song. I like playing with the song. I just can naturally feel the time
Yes, sir.
as it's going.
Yeah.
But yes, I do. When we practice our set list and all that, however, and when we play live, we don't use a click.
Right.
It's
Have
just
you ever tried to use it?
we haven't tried. We feel like it flows a lot better for us as a band when we.
I know.
It's just
personal.
Yeah,
It's personal.
yeah.
I
When it just goes like that.
It's a touchy subject. We're
Yeah. Especially with like.
Definitely not. Like,
Drummers are the ones that are like,
I had to ask you, touchy questions.
No,
I don't mean to get personal.
especially with like there's parts where we'll intentionally slow it down or speed it up,
Yes.
and it won't be like, sometimes it's instant, sometimes it'll gradually go up
Well,
to like build intensity. And we kind of like, I don't know, like me and him, we're just locked in it,
Like, I guess there's a lot of ways to answer, because, I mean, like, musically speaking, if I hear, like, a cool song and it's like by Judas Priest or Metallica or something like that, you're like, ooh, yeah, and you listen to it and it just really hits you, you're kind of like, well, I want to write a song with that same energy.
same intensity.
Yeah, like something. Yeah, you're not gonna be able
motivating
to.
you.
You're not gonna be able to write the same song as someone else did, but you got to try to get that same energy that someone tried to get. It was pretty cool. I mean, like definitely, because what we want to do is, it's thrash, and thrash is like punk's little cousin or something like that, and so. If the music doesn't like hit you and makes you want to move around or tap your foot, or
What's the point?
if it doesn't get stuck in your head, or if it doesn't make you think harder about what's going on in your life, then that sucks, and I think that you're missing the point. Definitely Saint Breaker.
Saint Breaker.
Yeah.
Scatterguts.
Scatterguts,
Yeah, they like grabbing each other's nipples.
Yeah.
They're the nipple crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Saint
so
Breaker and Scattered Guts for sure.
It's pretty cool. I mean, the scene is really just like a bunch of people, and it's very hard to find people in the scene that aren't musicians or aren't, playing an instrument on the side or something like that. So a lot of people in the scene are in a band. Like that, I know that was a joke for a while. Like everyone's the guitarist in some other band.
right.
And-
That's who hangs out with it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's definitely
There's
cool
some
to
truth to
get
this.
attention from other people, and
Okay. All right.
definitely don't let it get to your head, because if this at this stage gets to your head, then we're not going to be nothing later on.
When we played our first show after we finished through it, that's when I knew, like, all right,
First
this
show?
is where, our first show, this is when I knew, like, all right, this is awesome. This is actually this is, it's not out of place, it's not, strange, it's really, it's happening,
happening. Yes, it's cool.
So,
Say that it's a wonderful feeling knowing that in the small amount of time that we've been a band, and all the local bands that have been around for so much longer than us and paid their dues.
That's right.
And they look up to us because, you know, we're young kids
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things. You know, to them, it's almost like a sense of relief, as in they're like, wow, you know, they're carrying the torch, you know, they're keeping the flame alive. So it's cool seeing how we affect the bands. You know, we're almost like a motivation for other bands because they look at us like they're just a bunch of kids, and then they see us play and they're like, man, like they're doing it, you know. So
Amen.
you know, so they're, I guess that pushes them to be the best musicians they can be too. You know, that's what we're trying to do. So.
I mean, if you want a shirt or something, just find one of us. Message the band page.
Selling them out the back of the truck.
Yeah,
I
basically.
imagine a big Tupperware container.
The dude that designed our logo is actually some guy in like East Europe or something.
Really? How'd you meet him?
Well, I was just looking up like different artists that are very into like metal, and you know, I was looking at people's portfolios and like, you know, if they had like certain band logos they designed, like I wanted to see them because I wanted to see like, well, you know, who's hitting this guy up, what kind of logos is he making, stuff like that. So I came across a few dudes where it was like really cool bands logos were done by these dudes, and it was really cool. And I found this dude, and I don't know his name, but I just shot him an email, and like every day at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I would get an email back, and it was.
Is it the guy that did that logo?
Yes.
Logo right there.
Yeah.
Let me okay, so this guy that you're talking about did this. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I don't know his name. He goes by like a different name on the internet, so that's why I don't know who it is. But
Oh wow.
definitely, like, it has to be somewhere in Eastern Europe because definitely every day at like 2 or 3 in the morning, I would get a response. So that was cool. And then,
Oh, that's German.
My wife and Olga.
and then the guy that did our demo artwork, he's actually, his name's Mark Cooper.
Mark Cooper. Where's he out of?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Not a clue.
Mars.
Maybe, dude. If you look at his art, you'll be like, dude, you're from Mars.
Guys
Like,
on a spaceship flying around.
yeah, but definitely he's really cool. He does like, you can tell he kind of does like a lot of like death metal-y type of artwork. Like a lot of his stuff didn't really fit our music, and he is like he'll just draw, like, period. Like he'll do a whole piece and no one requested it, and then he'll just kind of sell it. So he'll do like some for like really cheap. Well, this guy's name is Mark Cooper.
Mark Cooper. I'm sorry, I got lost.
Okay. But yeah, he'll just put out a piece, and he has like some for cheap, and then he does like some that are like super detailed. So you know he's gonna charge like $2,000 or whatever for it.
Gotcha.
But the one for our demo we got like for pretty cheap because it was one of his like cheaper ones, and it was like.
So you actually bought, you know, the artwork from an artist.
Yeah, and like I woke up one day, and you know he posts them online for all people to see, and like if you want to buy it right there, go ahead. And I was like, I think I need to buy this right now because this thing's gonna get bought. And it was like the one thing he made where I was like, that would actually fit us, because if we didn't buy that art, it was gonna be like a really bad piece of clip art on like like a little printed piece of paper or something, you know.
Yeah.
So that was definitely really cool that happened.
My business.
And I bought it right away, and I sent it to the guys. I was like, hey, check it out, and you know, it was really cool. Definitely, our music's on SoundCloud and YouTube, and then we pass out CDs and stuff. And
So you're on SoundCloud?
yeah,
And what's the SoundCloud?
the SoundCloud account is just my personal SoundCloud account. So it's just look up Jeremy Lambert. Well, there's not really a whole lot we can talk about right now, but we do have some really good news that's gonna probably come out within a few weeks, and yeah, it hasn't been announced. It's top secret. We can't talk about it yet.
Classified. I
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
So we just recently played a show at the Rat's Ass with Saint Breaker.
Proper noun.
Proper
Use
noun.
those proper nouns.
So Saint Breaker invited us because they loved it. You know, we all loved it. It was an awesome time, really fun, a lot of energy. And so Saint Breaker, they invited us to play another show I'm not sure if it's at the same place, but it's basically a promotional.
What's the name of the bar again? It's
The Rat's Ass.
the Rat's Ass.
It's actually not a bar. It's literally a concrete room.
Yeah.
The owner loved us, so we're playing there again.
Yeah, we gotta do another show there again.
Yeah,
Definitely.
That was my favorite show we've done. Was that?
Okay, I was going to
Yeah.
ask you that. That's cool. So it was at the Rat's Ass.
Yeah.
There was one security guard, but he was really drunk. He might as not have been there. He
No,
might as
dude,
well
he
not have
wasn't
been there.
He wasn't even like the security guard.
That sounds so. Like,
Like-
how big was the crowd then?
Easily 75 to 100 people.
What?
Packed in like this room.
Yeah.
What?
Packed in a room.
Yeah, it was
concrete room
basically
this
like
big.
this.
You guys got video and shit?
Yeah.
I got a few videos
I got,
can
yeah,
Really?
we got some pictures too.
Yeah, definitely working on getting some touring equipment. That's been our focus for like a good month.
Yeah.
Like definitely trying to get
Wow. Okay.
some of the stuff saved up so we can actually start that.
Winnebago going.
Yeah, and then we've been just trying the goal right now is the van, and then we're gonna start really focusing on getting an album, because we have about a half an album written, so we just need that other half. Not really a real time frame, except I know it's gonna happen within a year. Well, we better not disclose that yet. We have it. We know what we want, but we better not say.
Okay. Oh my god.
Lots of secrets.
Because we're just gonna,
Secrets.
we'd look like idiots if we changed it or something.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that. Like, definitely don't want to just spill that yet.
I do know of a band in Chicago called Shocker, and they checked us out and they thought we were awesome. So there's one. I know of
Napalm Strike,
yeah, Napalm
but
Strike.
they're in Tucson.
Yeah,
so,
Tucson.
so definitely Tucson.
Yeah,
scene.
Tucson.
Yeah,
Okay.
Tucson.
Have you been down to Tucson yet?
Well, I've passed through it before, but not like attended a
you
show
haven't
or
done yeah,
anything.
you guys need to do a show down there.
Definitely when we get that stuff.
Yeah. Working on it.
The trailer and stuff.
Yeah, trailer. We're gonna get a big van. Probably time management. And it wasn't on our part because we were
Right.
just victims of it. We were
Well, so what happened? What was your experience?
We were given a proposal, and it was like, all right, we're gonna go in, we're gonna record this thing. This was like 4 years ago,
Yeah,
or
this
3
was-
years ago.
Because like,
And
yeah.
this was for another band we did.
This was before Intent started. It was for a long time just me and Jeremy, just me on the drums, him and guitar, just you know.
Yeah, so we went to go record this EP, and we had examples of what the engineer stuff sounded like, and what he's used to working with. So, and he was a friend of ours, so we were like, why not? So we went in, we recorded some things, we got back, and it's like part of it, he didn't really get our sound, like
I understand.
if
Did he
we're
ask
a
you any
death metal
questions? I mean,
band.
about what you want.
Well, he kind of knew because we had like demos and stuff too from back then, and we were like, all right, yeah, we kind of just want like this type of thing.
Okay.
And he knew our influences,
You knew your influences. So did he use any reference tracks from your influences?
Probably not. I would say no.
So you did not have that conversation with him.
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I mean,
And did you play with a click?
I think some songs
We did. Yeah, we did.
Some songs we did. Some we were like, all right, we better just let this one flow.
And so,
Yeah.
okay, so what was the ultimate feel? How long did this process take?
This was like a whole summer, like worth,
whole summer.
and it was like wasted.
It was wasted
Yeah,
time.
we completely wasted our time.
So you don't even share that music? Is that what you're saying?
No, it was like we put out one of the songs of it, and it was like
It was.
just not good. Like we only got to waste time. We didn't waste money.
Yeah.
We didn't pay him.
Oh, so you didn't waste any money? That's
no,
what I was going to
like
ask
it
you.
was a friend of ours, so we
Okay.
didn't. He didn't.
So
ask
is
for
he still your
anything.
friend, or
Kinda, yeah. He's around. I still.
you forgave him?
I mean, not really. I mean, because
Because I wasted your
If
time.
I see him.
But you didn't, that's interesting because you didn't pay him. But
Well, the thing is too, like if someone slips up on their word or something, and then I get mad at you, but that doesn't teach you anything, that's when I'm like, okay, then maybe this was a waste of time.
yeah.
Because
so what did you learn from that experience?
me,
What are you gonna do
I don't
next
know
time
what I
that's
learned
different?
from that. I think I just
What are
learned
you gonna do
that
different?
how mad I could get or something.
Yeah, okay.
Dang, dude, what's going on? Someone's passing some gas, dude.
It wasn't me.
I don't know who it was.
It was just you moving your leg. Yeah, probably just the crowd.
The couch is
What's going on, dude?
It's just busted.
I got a candle going, so I got one of those.
All right, bro, I'm gonna need it like right there.
We should have a candle.
Exercise.
All right. So,
All right, deuces, I love you.
seriously.
Yeah,
Take your 30
I
seconds.
agree.
Just want to thank everybody for his support. Keep it up.
I know.
Tickle bitties.
All right, that'll be the last thing people hear.
This is Sick with Faction 67. This is Intent. We just did a wonderful music interview. We're bringing music back to television, people. Peace out.
See you later.